Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Ninja King. And first of all, yes, my exams are finished, and taking this chance, I'm re-uploading. Also, before we get on with this, what if deku percentage and impact? I want to thank everyone for getting me to 52 subs. I really appreciate that, and sorry for not posting what I normally do with a 50 sub special. You guys may or may not get with this one. I have zero idea if I'm gonna do it. But anyways, let's not waste any more time and get on with it. Midoriya will finally wake up, saying that he was in some sort of hospital room. Looking around, he would see that his arm was completely fine. Next to him would be his vision, which seems to be okay, but completely mangled. Wondering what happened before he starts remembering the transformation and the voice. He wouldn't think about it before saying, "Hey King Deswad." Yes, I'm here, Midoriya. Do you have any more questions, or do you have anything you would like me to answer? No, not at all. But I do wonder what that form was. What is it that you called it again? My unleashed form? Yes, it is called an unleashed form, but it's more powerful than what you think it is. I used some of your memories to base that form up, so if you don't like it, I can always change it if you want that to be. No need for that. I think I'm perfectly okay with the form you gave me. But for now, where am I? As he would inside, someone would walk in. He would then see someone walking in with wearing seems to be a white coat, a black-like mask on with a brown lid. As he would then start to speak. Well, it looks like you're finally awake. Nice to meet you there. Who may you be? Midoriya would ask. Alright, here we go again. I am the Rice's captain, Capitano. I am the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers, and I am like to welcome you. Midoriya would then shake Capitano's hand, finally recognizing from what Del Toro had told him. In the ranks, Del Toro was number 2, Capitano was number 4, which Midoriya thought was kind of a little bit awkward to see, but realizing that how top 3 can be, Midoriya would then say, "Oh, nice to meet you there. So anything else I need to know?" Well, first of all, would you like to tell us where you and Sandarone were? Midoriya would then gulp, wondering what to say. You two were missing for the last 3 days. Midoriya would be shocked. Wait, 3 days? Yes. The Harbingers have been looking for one of our Harbingers being missing, and so last time we saw you were with her. Child even said so. So, where were you? Midoriya would think for a bit before he then says, "Something happened, okay?" I see, so you're not very comfortable talking about it. It must have been a certain event if you don't want to talk about it. Yes, indeed. So, would you mind going away now? Fine then. Capitano would then leave as Midoriya would then sigh before Desrat then starts to speak. He seemed like a very interesting fellow if you ask me. Why don't you just introduce yourself to him more properly? I think you and him can get along, with your heroism. He calls himself the Rice's captain, so maybe you can. I don't know so sure about that. But if you ask me, I don't think I want to get another mentor. Last mentor I got literally betrayed me. But what do you think? I think it's okay that if you don't want to work with someone, trust is something that is built over time, and once it's broken, it can never be repaired. Sometimes you think you think enough to get trust back in someone, but other times you realize that trust is something that can be easily broken and never fixed. Once trust is truly broken, someone's trust cannot be gained back. As you see, people and trust are many things. Midoriya would then start to speak again, cutting him off. I see you've been seeing to my memories. Well, I guess that makes sense after all. Hey, don't blame me, kid. I'm the one who's literally living here. But yeah, do you have any more questions that you would like to ask me? No thanks, I think I'm perfectly good. Midoriya would then sleep on the bed before someone then comes to him. He would then see that it was Scaramouche. Immediately, a pillow would smack on his face. Ah, damn it, what was that for? It looks like you're doing good. Whatever, Midoriya would then say, looking at Scar. Anyways, so, I heard what happened. You and Sandarone. Whew! You two went in the wood for 3 whole days. Midoriya wouldn't be having a blush face before. It's nothing like that, Scar. Are you so sure about that? Because I can tell you like her. Please, so why is it everyone think I like her? Wait, what do you mean by everyone? Nothing, Midoriya would then say, before Scar then walks away. That is annoying as hell. Was he always like this? Because from your memory, he seems to be like this is more of a recent thing if you ask me. I don't know, things are weird and so are people. But yeah, ever since that incident, I guess ever since that day, he has kind of changed. He's become more tolerable of all of us and has become a lot more nicer if you ask me. So yeah, what do you think of him if I have to say it? For me, I think he's perfectly fine. He's a nice person so far looks of it, and in his memories he's just being annoying or somewhat rude, but not too rude. Why am I always saying the word road? Wood, road, wood, road, wood, road. A tick mark would appear on Midoriya's forehead, realizing that now he has to deal with a ancient god who likes to laugh, which is okay in all generations. In fact, he better not have one that is commanding him to take over the world. But of all the ones he gets stuck by, this one had to be annoying enough. Got it? Have. This Rag wouldn't growl before he then decides to go back to the chat of, well, where all the vestiges are. Midoriya would be dead before Tartaglia would visit him. Yo, how you doing? Perfectly fine. What about you, asshole? Fine, why are you calling me that? I don't know, it just feels like that you had something to do with that fall. Wait, you think I was trying to kill you? No, but it did feel like it. Whatever. Anyways, how's your life going so far? Well, for the last 3 days I've been busy finding you and Santorone, I guess. We both went missing out of nowhere. So you can't tell me where you guys went? Child didn't pull out a chair, looking at Midoriya. I don't think you will believe me. Trust me, I think I will believe you. Alright then, let me explain. A few minutes later, Midoriya wouldn't have explained everything to Child. His face having an error.exe has crashed. See? You don't believe me. So I wouldn't say, so you too, huh? Me too? What do you mean? You see, even I got sent into the abyss when I was a child. I spent a few months there, but managed to escape and was taught by my master. You're the master? Yeah. She taught me everything. That's my master was the most populous person. She was also pro-anti-abyss, which made me realize that the abyss is not that good. So, the abyss is a lot stronger than it seems. Pretty much. But yeah, anything new happened there while you were there with Sandarone? Not much. We just got closer. I fought a ruined serpent and other things. Understandable. I guess not everyone can have an exciting adventure there. But yeah, anything other? You got a nice vision. So I think we know what to give you a delusion. Yeah, most of the time you guys' delusion matches it's to benefit your vision, right? That's correct. Except for Scara, who seems to not have a vision. What does Scara use? I've seen him use electricity, but I don't see him use any type of delusion or vision. His story is a little bit more complicated, if you believe me. I tried to speak to him multiple times, but he doesn't want to talk about it. Tell him about family issues, maybe. It's kind of strange in a way. I understand him a bit. Sometimes you don't want to tell to people about everything that you know, and sometimes you want to tell them, but most people don't listen to you. Is that from experience? Trust me when I say that. Midoriya with insight think to himself that this day at least is somewhat normal. But he wouldn't close his eyes, wondering what can happen next. As one by one, he started to meet all the other Harbingers, except for 2 of the other Harbingers. He wonders where the last 2 are. He even met with the 9th Harbinger, who basically was the tax collector. Well, no, that was Salzarf. He just basically gave money. He didn't meet with all of them. Midoriya was just in his room, playing with a Rubik's Cube that apparently this nation had. Just saying they had, but just roll with it. Midoriya seems to be twisting and turning the cube, hoping to see someone before a doctor then comes. It looks like you're perfectly fine. And no severe injuries, you can leave by tomorrow morning. Midoriya would then say, good to know. As he would said, already one of the Harbingers gave that Sandarone was perfectly fine, it's just that she was knocked out. She woke up earlier than him and decided to leave. Due to her duties as a Harbinger, she basically took a few rest before going. Midoriya seemed to be sleeping in his bed, wondering to himself that things can get a little bit more slightly less hectic if you think about it, but in a way, things could still get more hectic if this continues. Midoriya wonders that where he was sent and who was this god, not the one Desrent, he only told him who he was. But what was the other god's deal and why was he there with him? He wondered that to himself as he started to doze off to sleep. As he finally dozed off, he would then be woken up into the next morning. The sun from the snowy nation wouldn't hit him as he wouldn't get up. Immediately getting out, groggily and tired, he would be back wearing his normal coat. Decided to go to the store because his dress was destroyed. This time Midoriya didn't go. He was wearing a black t-shirt underneath, above a white t-shirt and a coat, a red scarf, brown weather boots, and what seems to be like goggles to protect his eyes. Midoriya realized from the last few days that shit happened in winter, and he didn't like that this country was forever frozen almost. But he didn't care. Midoriya just wanted to walk it off. As he did, Charles wouldn't meet up with him. So, wanna spar today? I mean, you have missed the last 3 days. So, what about it? Midoriya would then say, come on, something had to happen. Maybe a new form of yours? Midoriya would then say, alright then, Destrent, are you ready to show him that form? Oh, I've been ready to test that out. That ruined serpent wasn't enough to test that new form of yours out. So let's put the test on him. As then, Midoriya's body would then start to turn. His entire body would first, multiple different lines would start to appear just like Tartaglia's form, as he would then completely engulf him before removing. A metal-like mask would be formed before he forms it like his vigilante counters, whips and other things to take it, but it would look more demonic than it is heroic. Midoriya would look at it before saying, did it have to be demonic? It's kind of fun this way if you think about it. Plus, let's show him what we got. Fine then. Midoriya would sigh before he then just immediately goes to Tartaglia. Tartaglia would have turned into his forms, immediately realizing that Midoriya was a lot stronger, punching Midoriya into the guts before Midoriya grabs his arm, slamming him to the floor before kicking him in the between the legs. Tartaglia would then fall down as Midoriya then pounds and starts grappling him. Tartaglia would then push Midoriya off of him before kicking him square the chest. Midoriya would then get sent flying before he gets up. Immediately black whip would then start to come out before he jumps. Immediately Tartaglia would immediately go to punch Midoriya. Midoriya would get punched square in the jaw and then get sent flying. Oh shit, are you okay, Midoriya? Midoriya would then get up before rushing at him, before he then starts speaking in a more of a demonic voice.
Don't try and hold back. I'm a lot more stronger than I look now. So, if you want to face me properly.
Tartaglia would then smile before kicking Midoriya between the legs. Oh! Yay! You said face me properly. Midoriya would then look at him before punching him square in the face, before grabbing his arm and then slamming him down, before then kicking him in the middle part as well. Ah! Midoriya would then speak.
This is what you get. Don't forget it, asshole.
As Tartaglia would then jump back, going to Midoriya before slamming him again down to the snow. Midoriya would get up before he does it. Tartaglia would then say, alright, time to get serious, as he starts using his attacks, summoning a bow made out of lightning and shooting at it. Midoriya would be dodging this time using his own vision. Channeling the power of Hydro, he would form sort of hydraulic sight, a sight basically made out of water. As he would then go, start cutting to the lightning. Tartaglia would be going before punching him, using both his delusion and his normal form to fight him. Midoriya would be dodging it as he would start be using his sight to cut through the snows and other stuff as well. He would realize the sight is more potent and more powerful, as Tartaglia and both Midoriya and Tartaglia would then smile, realizing that their fighting skills do completely match each other's. Midoriya would almost get sent knocked back even further before Tartaglia then grabs his arm. You done good, but why don't we give up now? Midoriya would then growl before kicking him in the chest before sending him flying again. Midoriya would now rush at him, this time taking the more kinetic energy using Fajin, jumping up before he then says the words again.
Smash!
Tartaglia would dodge around the area before he then sees. The smash that hit the ground was completely destroyed, shattered. Midoriya would be jumping out of it, seeing that the ground would now form a small crater. The snow in the area would clear and the above area would then change. Tartaglia, whoa! Wow! The thing I survived. Immediately Midoriya would rush at him before going him a 1-2-3 combo, before kicking him in the face again. Midoriya would then slam him to a tree before using black whip to sense, as he would then smirk.
Well, I say you give up. Unless you have another form you want to try, I think I have won this battle.
Tartaglia would immediately break out the tree, immediately now using the tree to attack Midoriya. Midoriya would be jumping away from the tree as he would then start using a nearby tree as well. They both were trying to fight each other. The tree before Midoriya grabs Tartaglia's neck and then does a complete 180 on him, flipping him up before slamming him down. Tartaglia can feel a little bit hurt, but he would now be excited even more, grabbing Midoriya's face before punching him in the gut and kneeing him at the gut at the same time. Before, as Midoriya stumbles back, Tartaglia would then go, as he would inform his own side. Both of the water side and the electric side would then hit each other, sending shockwaves. Midoriya would be pushed back. Oh wait, have I been saying... Oh, I've been saying water instead of ice. God. Well, at least I realized that. Ice side and water side, or electric side, would try to hit each other. Midoriya and Tartaglia would now be smirking. But with Midoriya in more demonic form, you can barely see him smirking. Midoriya would then punch Tartaglia away before Tartaglia then gets up, as he would then immediately start running. And so would Midoriya, as they both hand-to-hand combat would be seeming more interesting, someone would then stop them. So immediately, their boat's head would then be slammed to the ground, as someone would then speak. What the hell were you two thinking? Ah, Capitano! Both of them would then say. Midoriya would then say, so this is the power of a high-ranking Tui. I can barely keep up with him. Maybe I can if I use 1% of my own, but right now, God, this form is constricting. Destrak, what is happening? I think the best way I can say is that this form and your one for all are keepable, but it's like this form is completely like a new transformation. Since you don't have proper control of it, it's more like you're gonna have a harder time controlling it. Understand that, Midoriya? Yep, I've got it. As Midoriya gets up, transforming back. What now? Midoriya would then say, as he would then look at Capitano. That seems a little bit more interesting. Why were you two fighting? Well, we were more sparring, Capitano said. Whatever. Totagla, I didn't expect this from the 11th member of the Harbinger. Yeah, sorry, but you on the other hand. What is it? Midoriya would then say. Capitano would look away. I would think someone would like to meet you. Really? Yes. As Midoriya would then follow Capitano. As he would then arrive at the courtroom of the Jester. Jester would be sitting around a table as he would then start eating his food. Midoriya would sit down as he then looks, as the Jester would then speak. So it seems like that's you and Child have got into fighting? Yeah, sorry about that, Midoriya would then say. No problem. I can understand the necessary need of it. But I've something for you. Jester would then immediately pull out a black box, as he would then throw it to Midoriya. Midoriya would grab it before he opens the black box, saying that there was a hydro delusion. Since your element is cryo, we thought giving a hydro would be beneficial. Midoriya would then bow, saying that he thanks them. Oh, one more thing. Do you want to join the Harbingers? Midoriya thinks for a bit before he then says, what's in it for me? A lot of things. Information about how this world works, traveling documents, and many more. So, do you want to join us or not? If you think so, Midoriya would think for a bit before he then says, I don't know. May you let me think for again. Alright then, as Midoriya then starts to speak in his head to Destrak. So, what do you think, Destrak? I'm not so sure about everything here, but it looks like you're trustworthy enough. Plus, we don't know how the other nations are doing, so I don't know properly. To me, so far this is great. So, what do you think? I think we should work with this place, and we should probably get to it. What's your thought on this, Midoriya? I think it's not a bad decision either. We should definitely work with them as long as we can. So, I think the answer is a yes, I guess. Midoriya would then say, I'm in it. Good. So, here we go. Immediately, he would then send Midoriya Bass. You'd be under Sandero in his division. Oh, really? Alright then. You can also rise up to the rank. I have high expectation for you. Midoriya would then walk out. Before a snowy sound would then come. Whistling of airing and sound. As someone would then walk in. Hello there. You're Saritsa? The Saritsa, or the Cryorankan, would then look at a flower before freezing it. So, what do you think of that boy? The Saritsa would then say. I think he has great potential. But why have you come here unannounced so quickly? I don't know. I feel more interested looking into that boy's case. He's not one of our people. He certainly is more stronger than he looks. I wonder what other tricks he has in bag. That form we have recently saw. It looks like that the 11th Harbinger will now become the 12th Harbinger. Seems like it. As you then see, picking up one of the flowers, which turns back to normal. It looks like the rebellion against the gods and the heavenly powers has been way more started to be. As he would then start to speak. And I'm gonna end it up here. Hope you guys like this part. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and give me your thoughts in the comments of what you thought. And yeah, I feel like when I'm going with the story, and bye.